Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 85 of Wendigos, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Let me quickly recap what's going on, because it has been a week, and I, too, need to sort of jog my memory. We had these lovely mechanoids come to visit us. So, that is one of the last things that happened. We had a skeleton crew forced to defend against an onslaught of breachers. If we look at the history logs here, you can see those lovely mech clustery man hunter pack raids. So here is the remnants of the cluster that we took out with smoke and fog, and the manhunter pack sort of spewing about the map tile. Some of the mechs have yet to be hauled. They're up here, and everybody finally got home. What we were doing is we were clearing out a pirate base. It's since gone because we destroyed it, but we were clearing out a pirate base up here and then marching home. The problem, of course, is that Glitch, for the life of me, cannot manage to buy Farskip. No ability to find Farskip so far, so that has been unfortunate, meaning that our ability to travel to raid destinations requires us to march home, which kind of sucks. The other thing that happened is that we killed a potential recruit here, Eli's wife. So then we decided to resurrect her. So right now she has resurrection sickness, and if you check the logs here, this resurrection sickness occurred 1.2 days ago, and in about 8 days and change time, we'll know that if there's any side effects to her resurrection. She was, of course, murdered here and then marched home. So she wasn't. She was probably frozen the entire time, but we'll see. And that about catches us up, I think. So welcome. And I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And as you can see above my head, the priorities are going to be determined soon. I think what I'm going to do is open up the user submission and not submit any ideas of my own. So really, any and all of you can submit your ideas, and the top 6 or 7 or so will be used and polled. But until then, I'm just going to manage the colony, breaking out mechanoids, making sure that everyone catches their R&R and healing. We do have some outstanding priorities. So one of them was to turn Zaleb into sort of a bear man, I guess. We were making the advanced power arms so that one of our Wendigo can be unarmed. So that's, something that we want to continue. We did sort of finish the bionic bear task. There are more bionic parts that we could add, but honestly, these are enough, or enough for me, I think. I don't plan on adding any more, as there's really diminishing returns, especially when you cannot armor up the bear. I don't have that mod and don't intend to add it. And then, of course, there was the mishap with the triple launchers going nowhere. That was fun. One of the things I'm hoping to do is, right now it's negative 51 Celsius or negative 60 Fahrenheit, which means that, yeah, absolutely nobody is going to come to this map tile to trade with us. It's just simply too cold. But when trade opportunities open back up, I do hope to be able to sell the ridiculous amount of dusters that I currently have. Oh, Mr. Glitch. Let's get you in that prestige helmet again. And then Slaston Aguvin, or Van, I guess you wanted to call me. We'll call you, rather. I'm actually sort of curious if you want me to... Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll have them dye their armor. Oh, I didn't realize you had a face tattoo under there. Okay. Alright, so just trying to keep the scheme going. Moles, interestingly enough, was the one that started the Power Claw. And I'm going to have her finish that and then probably make sure that that no one else starts to do those priority queues because they're a little weird for them to do. Hey Matt, or Sven, thank you for the resub. 18 months, oh my goodness. It does not feel like that long. And Green Lizard, thank you for the follow. And Viper and Mindsteddle for the resubs. Mindsteddle for the gifted sub. And Glitch before I even started with bits. I appreciate it. So, here, as you can see, we are definitely running low on vegetables. Part of the reason was we had a shadow crew. Part of the reason was we had, if we check the message logs, you'll see we had solar flares, I believe, right? Somewhere in here. I'm not going to go digging for that. And blights and stuff. So, yeah, we do have rice. Obviously, we have 500 unharvested or unhulled rice here, but that's another thing to consider is that, you know, we might want to be careful about how much of the resources we're using. As far as human meat goes, we have about 3K of that. Not that worried about the shortages there. Let's go ahead and remove the plants from over here and then make sure that everybody's zoned properly because I often forget to do that. And yes, Viper is still restricted from hard drugs. Everybody else is zoned correctly. We do have some shield cores here, which is cool. There was a few, I think there were low mech shields, if memory serves. A few low mech shields guarding that mech cluster, but it wasn't enough. We still got through. Now this little box is going to be for our future ship that we're gonna build. I wasn't really eager to start building the ship yet, because we really do want to clear out the sea ice as a priority, but the thing is, and this is important to remember, you know, we're supposed to be trying to clear the sea ice, right? Trying to get out here and back, I mean, it's going to be so much chem fuel and steel and components that I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to source some far skip sometime soon. So, taking a look at breakers over here, they have restocked since last visit. It might be worth poking my head over there. Now, I'm a little worried that the horses aren't going to survive the trip, so I'm going to send just one person on foot, and that person likely to be Mallet. Mallet, of course, is, I think, the undisputed fastest runner of the group. I did not know that you could have a mohawk under a helmet. That's cool, too. Today, I mean, obviously you can, but the logistics of that, hard to imagine. So, Mallet, if you want to survive the trip out to that, you are probably going to need warmer clothing. So I'm going to put on the Mastwork Mega Sloth Wool Parka, which protects from 183 Fahrenheit or 102 Celsius cold insulation. Simply absurd. Absurd amount. Other things. We have... Oh! Hey! We have a 22-hour-old bison calf. You know, I am going to just kill you. Yeah, I don't really need you. And a unique offer. The Hope Harassers would like to... Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? 400 human leather for these rewards. So reward number 1 is an Architect Arm, 11 advanced components, and 166 gold. Number 2 is Locust Armor, Masterwork Quality, Uranium 187. Amount of it, not that's the amount of protons or whatever. And then number 3 is 3 Heal Max Serum and 150 Plasteel. I have currently 3 Resurrector Mech Serum, so 3 Healer Mech Serum would just be sort of absurd. That is, wow. So, question. Should I accept the quest to trade leather? Simple. Yes, no. And then we'll go into the rewards to accept. The other thing I'm going to do is submit your ideas. I'm going to open up that that submission box, and if you have other ideas for suggestions about what we should work on, go ahead and submit them now. All right, so Mr. Mallet, I am going to get you to dye that parka your own personal color, because actually you're one of the original 5. And then you're going to be heading out. Heading out to check on the stockpile. Now, that quest there, if you're wondering, let me pause it just a second. Hope Harassers, I believe, was these guys? No, that's Seekers, so these are Harassers. So I'd have to bring the 400 leather all the way down here. Taking a look at the temperature to expect down here. Even in the coldest temperatures, it's relatively horse safe, which means whoever brings that leather there can bring the horses to check. Now, unfortunately, the restock has been pretty recent, so it's not like they're going to offer anything new. Well, except for this possible trader, which restocks in 0.2 days. So there's not really an opportunity for additional side casts unless I wait the 24 days for restock. And this quest here, I like how it gives me an estimated travel time. You do realize it's over the ocean. There is no estimated travel time. In fact, let me try this. I realize obviously I can pod, but no, there's literally no way to reach there. So how is it even calculating that it is 6 days? I think it thinks that I'm leaving from this location, which isn't exactly incorrect, and yeah, 6.2 days. Okay, so the quest assumes that I can instantly teleport from one colony to another, and then the remaining travel is 6 days. Got it. Because there's literally not any human leather here, so yeah, I understand. Okay, we have a yes. Doesn't surprise me at all. What reward should I accept? 1, and I'll just sort of summarize them briefly so you know what you're voting on. Arm, add comp, and gold. 2, and that would be the armor and uranium. 3, heal, serum, and plasteel. Okay, there it is. There's the vote. Heal serum, I would say, is still obviously highly valuable because it's instant, but since Ideology adds Biosculptor pods that can have the bioregeneration cycles, I will say that heal serum is a little bit less important than it used to be. Obviously, because you can now regenerate things like toes and scars without heal serum. You can't, however, replace, missing organs and limbs. So heal serum still has a little bit of an edge, of course, on the Biosculpt, because Biosculpt, like if you had your whole hand chopped off, Biosculptor pod is not going to replace an entire hand that has been lost. All right, I'm going to send Mr. Mallet. I'm actually not really sure how long his trip's going to take, but I'm going to send 14 meals, which seems to be a lot. 2 spare Luciferium, some tea, some ambrosia, some wake up in case he gets attacked and is tired. And then a beer. And I'm sending him out there just simply to check their restock. So I'm not sending him with any money. If they have something worth buying, I'll buy it, pick it up. But, yeah. You can sell the heal mix serum. It's worth the most, right? Taking a look at these quest rewards. No. I mean, the game values option number 1 as the most valuable. And because there's penalties for the player to sell things, generally speaking, trying to sell items to make back expense, you'll sell at a loss. All right, Mal, good. Oh, Oh, yeah, I'm only going here. I'm not going all the way out there. But whatever pod he's in... Oh, it has not been refueled full. Because then there's also the possibility of checking whatever this colony is called for the possibility of a far skip as well. Byron, thank you for the bits. I can cheers that. You got a quest in your game for 5 side trainers of far skip? What's... I don't think I've really ever had that many Psycasters at level 5 in a colony at one time. So that would be the, like, most useless. I mean, it sounds real cool, but, like, my goodness. Alright, so here Mel it is, but I would like that quest. I'm not gonna lie, I want that quest. Okay, so they have a skip trainer, which I'm likely to buy because Skip, of course, is a Psycast 4, and Mallet is a Psycast 3, but when he hits 4, if he doesn't by chance learn Skip, Skip is obviously one of the most powerful Psycasts, and they do have Shock Lance and Insanity Lance, so what is the total cost to me? $29.37. Oh, so one of the things I could do is pod things I want to trade over as well. So I might need to then subsequently pod over a bison to carry all the silver that I suspect I'm going to get. But let's go ahead and have... Actually, let me take a look at this. I might want to get a better price on things. The problem is Glitch, Chiretta, and Apollo are the ones that can do high-level trades, and they all have important roles here at home. So, no, scratch that. I'm just going to send dusters. All the dusters. I'm sending so many dusters that there's not even... there's not even weight in the... Okay, yeah, sure. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of a trade penalty here because his trade price improvement is not very good. But hey. It's not like I lack wealth. I have 16,000 silver in the colony. And probably some silver like laying out here on the ice that I haven't even hauled back into the colony at some point from previous trades, because I do that a lot. I honestly don't even care. It's silver doesn't mean much to a Wendigo. It's mostly flesh and leather. That is our currency that we obviously care about a bit more. All right, so taking a look, you guys want me to accept the arm, the advanced components, and the gold. Interesting. I didn't think that the poll results were going to be... Well, it's close enough that I will have a tiebreaker. 1 or 3. Now, if you're... Yeah. So, now 1 or 2. And we'll have a little tiebreaker there, and I'll put a timer on that. Also, a little reminder, if you have suggestions of things for us to work on, feel free to submit them via the Channel Point Redemption and suggest something that we could do, and we'll put that forward in a minute once this is done. All right, so here is the duster drop. We have to make sure to give to Mallet's caravan. I really wish there was a confirmation box there for transport pods, because I've sent so many things to no one and had them kind of ruined and destroyed, but, you know, that's obviously my fault. All right, so here we go. We have all these beautiful dusters. Obviously, this is more silver that they can afford. They do have a triple launcher, which I'm going to be interested in buying. The skip trainer. They also have plasteel that I probably, certainly will not have the carry weight for, but I might want to buy. So here we've nearly broken even. I think I could just buy a few gold. And now we're still too heavy, of course, because this is a lot of silver, and the triple launcher weighs 7 kilograms, so it's quite heavy. But that's a pretty good trade. I'm happy with that trade. So more lances to replace all the lances that we used during that really nasty fight. Just a little reminder, it was when almost everyone was away from home, and we were attacked, and I had to heavily rely on lances for my own protection. Understandably, but yeah, that's what happened. Oh, look at that. It's still... it's close to being even. We'll see. I think we're going to have a definitive result here in a second. Alright. We are no longer smelting slag. The bison is ready to help Mr. Mallet carry all that home. I also have to make sure that I have so much human meat, I'm not that worried about it. But make sure that I don't process all my human meat into chem fuel. And now we're rolling home. I didn't send, and I should have, but I didn't send any rice or anything that the bison can eat. So the bison's going to be eating this berry and then my fine meals. But it actually looks like Mallet is scavenging for berries. So the arm, the advanced component, and the gold is what we accept for. Cool. A unique offer. All right. What should our priority be? What should we prioritize? I only have 2 channel point redemptions now, so I'll pull on those 2 unless someone wants to submit something else. And here is Gallo, who should be, is in the process of being converted. So about 57% certainty about tribal libertism, which is a nature primacy, individualist, which is not really our thing. So yeah, that's gonna have to change, like right away. Why won't it let me? Oh, it's on cooldown. I see. That makes sense. Hey, Snaps! Thank you for the resub. Okay, so we'll pull on these 2 options. No one else submitted anything. We are going to build a prison with the bear guarding the prison, or alternatively, prioritize bionic stomachs so we can't get food poisoning, which allows us to eat raw meat. There's also other types of bionic stomachs. So it's not literally just bionic stomachs. It's any stomach, I would say, that allows us to detoxifier or reprocessor. Actually, probably just the detoxifier, right? Because the others, so the detoxifier stomach gives you a 0% or no chance for food poisoning. The nuclear stomach makes you not that hungry and also removes your food poisoning, but can give you cancer. That's kind of what it does. So the nuclear stomach is probably fine for my Luciferium users to have, as the Luciferium will help to counteract the carcinomas. Plus we could operate on them and excise them. We could also give everyone nuclear stomachs, but one of the weird results of that would be, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Good job, me. Sorry, I closed that poll. One of the, yeah, but we would eat a lot less food. I don't know. And then reprocessor stomach just slows down your hunger rate, but doesn't remove your food poisoning risk. And then you have the very standard, let me try to find that, the very standard bionic stomach. Oh, there is so many things here. Nuclear. Where is the bionic stomach? Here, let me just go to, oh, you know what? I think EPOE moved it, removed it and made it the synthetic stomach. So the synthetic stomach is just additional body part efficiency. So if we wanted to avoid food poisoning, it would have to be detoxifier or nuclear, and I'll just have you guys vote on that when it becomes time, if it wins. Hello, Gallo. So we're still shredding mechs. It just goes to show how many dang mechs we managed to kill. And Byron, thank you for kicking off the hype train with Ukofin and Snaps there. Gifting out 5 subs to the community. Thanks. Thanks for giving. I should say. I appreciate it. And welcome to all of you new subs. One of the benefits of subbing is characters like Gallo can be named after you. And often I allow the owner of said pawned, won, or raffled character, you'll be able to make, choices about them. So Gallo, for instance, isn't going to have a lot of choices because they're meleeer, but, you have the option of like, hey, what weapon do you want to use, etc. That kind of thing. And Shield, thanks for gifting out a sub as well. How you doing, Shield? And also, Shield, thank you for donating all those games to the game raffle. It's always fun to do that. So I've postponed these long enough. I'm just going to accept this guy. Where the heck are you? A pyromaniac gourmand. Holy moly. If your third trait was chemical fascination, you would be my least favorite person ever. I mean, I know you have good passions, but oh god. I want you to set on fire so badly. Okay, so you do have construction skill. The awkward thing is, I can't really do terrible things to you other than to make you freeze outside and die. And you know what? That sounds good to me. So, because I can't torment you as a Wendigo, I'm going to compel you to stand there in the cold until you collapse and perish. Or, no, I'm not going to do that, because then I'm going to have the, like, ooh, someone's unburied pet malice, and that's annoying. So here's what I'm going to do. You, because I didn't know what map tile you were going to show up on, are going to caravan out to the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to abandon you. Seems fair. The reason is I don't have enough chem fuel to send him home to eat him. Plus, his name is Log, and, I'm not a dendrivore, so. Sorry. But, man, my goodness. What traits? The passions are cool, but the traits, oh, Lord. I'm asked, every now and then, what are my least favorite traits, and I would very definitively say gourmand, pyromaniac, chemical interest, and chemical fascination are the 4 worst traits by far in RimWorld, because all 4 of those traits will cause pawns to have mental breaks, even when they're happy. So uncontrolled, unmanageable mental breaks. A gourmand will go on a food binge at random, a pyromaniac will go on a fire spree at random, and chemical fascination, chemical interest will go on drug binges at random. And you could literally be the happiest pawn in the world, and it doesn't really matter. You will, you could still binge or go on that break. No, he's not even of our... Oh, boy. You know what? Here, try to visit the Mind Corruptors if you can, just to see if they've restocked. I doubt you'll make it, but if you make it, hey, you've served some purpose of sorts. So, no, he's dead. Bye-bye. A part of me actually wants to pod. Normally I would, but it's a little bit too late because he's not going to be able to get north enough to receive Parka. But actually, it would have been useful for him to check Mind Corruptors. Okay, so now that we've done that, build a prison with the guard bear. So, bear prison, I'm just going to call it. And Defco, I'm going to refund you for yours that did not pass, although I liked your suggestion a lot, so thank you for it. So a prison. Gallo right now is just laying here. In the research room, the laboratory, so that's not a great place for a prison. Generally speaking, the best places for prisons are next to your kitchens, so you don't have to walk so far to deliver food. But I'm not sure if there's a physical location ideal for a prison without draining some additional swamps or tacking it on to somewhere where it's not great to have it. Now, for having a bear guard, bears have a very, very high animal filth rate. And I don't want to have to clean up after a bear tracking in debris, let's say. So I think what I'm going to do is... And Guero and Glitch, thank you for the bits and the resub. I think I'm going to put it here, oddly. Or maybe attach it here where these shelves are and move these shelves. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to nudge these shelves up and out of the way and stick the prison in this location, which is relatively close to the kitchen and can be guarded by said bear relatively easily, satisfying all of my previous requirements for ideal locations. I think that's the most reasonable way to do it without having to significantly repurpose a whole lot of area. Right? Unfortunately, it's going to share a wall with this jade wall, which means it's probably prettier than it has any right to be. But just for the thematics of this series, even though it is a jade wall, I am going to allow it. So we'll have it be a little 3x3 prison. I generally don't imprison more than one person at a time. And this is obviously going to nullify the wind turbine here, but I can nudge the wind turbine out and rebuild it. Yeah, let's actually use every little bit of space here. And that's going to nullify this wind turbine, but there's no way around that. I have to put it somewhere. So at least we're not down 2 wind turbines, we're only down the 1. And there's no way to, like, turn it around and fit it in, you know, comfortably. Well, no, I guess there is. I guess if I, hold on. If I put it here instead, there's no space there, which I don't like, but I could then push this all up 1 and all this up 1. And then move these shelves or the wooden pen marker to then not be in the way. That's doable. So then we have a little prison, and it nests itself nicely. And because I'm going to have the door here, one of the benefits of that, of course, is that the bear guards it. How much jade do I even have? You're holding 55 jade, and I have 31 jade left. So probably not a blood-soaked door. We're just going to have a steel door. Actually, I have exactly enough jade for it, but I'm not going to do it. Hey, Zero, you're kind of in the wrong room. Base is looking fancier. Only this section is the significant change, I would say. Hey, GT. Welcome to a stream. It's so rare to see you not just in the YouTube comments. Another obvious thing is to move this leather flap somewhere else, more central, so that we can make better space here. So I'm going to do that as well. And then probably put a second meal feeder here. We're sort of, I would also say we're sort of getting more bison than I'm really comfortable with. This is more to feed than I want to feed. What are we even feeding them? Rice? No, we're feeding them meat. Hey, feed them rice now. We have plenty of rice, so. Oh, a medical emergency. Log is down. Yeah, he didn't make it. Oh, well. Bye-bye, log. Your death will be logged. Okay, I have to very, very quickly and highly prioritize the construction of this wall because Defluti and Tiburon are not going to survive very long without, you know, heat, because it is very cold out. The bison, yeah, they don't really care as much. So here is the little prison, and I'm gonna go with a slightly different color than the red scheme everywhere else. In fact, let me hide this so it's more red. Hide this as well. I'm gonna go with the morbid slate. Actually, that is a really, really expensive way to do it. So let me just do concrete tiles. Just throw them on the concrete ground. And we have a high psychodrone female. That sucks. Haha, Klein, 30 months. 30 months for lurking. Oh boy. Thanks for lurking all that time. Well, and moderating and, you know, all that stuff. Everything else. All right, there we are. Slightly redesigned. Next step is a bed. Do I have a spare bed already made? I do not. Okay. So let's make a spare bed. I have a lot of wood. I'll just make it out of... Yeah, I'll make it out of wood rather than steel. We'll do a bed. And this is nicer accommodations than most prisoners have any right to deserve, I should say. And this is the prison, which is now technically guarded by a bear. Because as you break out, the bear is out in the ranch, just outside. Now, the other thing I need to do is to update the ranch zone so that the bear doesn't go in there. But, all right, there it is. We have completed that. That was easy. If you have any other suggestions for me, I'm going to open up the suggestion box, but I'm going to start filling it up with my own ideas of, like, clearing out raid tiles, etc., unless some are submitted. Ooh, Gallo is almost converted. And I still have a cooldown on this conversion ritual, but we're going to ship Gallo over here. It's only a good quality bed, but I don't really care, because it's not that important. Randall Thor with the no message. Yep, you said you'd do it, and you did it. I appreciate it. Oh, that should have worked. Hang on a second. I'll just do it manually. There you go, Uko. Oh, I know why. The software that I used to do that was stuck prompting for an update. Boo, not cool. I'll even give him a free treat. Here you go, buddy. I like how Log here is just... What is he at? Oh, yeah, he's dead in seconds. What was wrong with his heart? Oh, artery blockage. Oh, boy. You were a real winner. Real winner there. Hey, Byron, thank you for submitting a goal. I'll make sure to work on that. We are running a little low on Luciferium, so that's a good one to do. Which is to search ancient dangers or complexes, because they tend to be my source of Luciferium. All right, so now that we have this little prison, submit. Wow, if I could spell. Submit your suggestions. I do have a broken power grid. I was waiting for those to be fully built. It's not quite as broken as you'd think, though, because only this wind turbine is unconnected, but it's all set now. Okay, corpse is dead, or corpse is dead. Log's dead, finally. got rid of him the best way I know how. Oh, another thing that we could do is get rid of some of these wolves, rotted wolves. So allow rotten corpses stocked in there, and we'll just burn them when our guys are done. Gallo, you have not been hauled or wardened. Who's assigned to wardening? Chiretter? Okay. Glitch, you're going to become warden, because Chiretter should be probably crafting this whole time. Seems to me that the mechs have been shred. We do have a little bit of extra slag, so I'm going to unsuspend the paused slag smelting, so we can process a little bit of slag. And Deathco submits bionic eyes. Thanks for that suggestion as well. Man, this high sector drone is not great. So let's see here. I am going to slaughter some of my... Oh, we're having a brownout. Some of my lovely bison, as I don't feel like I need as many as I have. And we're gonna go down to 3 bison and 2 horses. I just sort of arbitrarily picked which ones. Corrupted Roman, thank you for the follow. I almost called you like doorman. Just my own illiteracy, I suppose. Cheers and welcome. Alright, brownouts. What can we do about the brownouts? I definitely don't need a prosthetics table on all the time. I don't need the tissue printer on all the time. I probably don't need the second stove on, because every queue on there is paused anyway. So it's literally not doing anything. These vitals monitors could be turned off, but I don't think it's all that important. Although I didn't realize until just now... Oh, Jesus. We're about to kill Gallo again. That was unroofed, and I did just notice now, so fixing it. Gallo was being frozen to death in a very cruel way for being Wendigo. Just a little oops. We're fixing it. We're fixing it. I might have to bring her back inside unless that warms up quicker. Oops. And then I was gonna say, yeah, the hospital here is also frighteningly cold, so I was going to warm this up as well. Putting a heater in an unroofed room. Yeah, it disables it. It is pretty cruel. Oh well. It's funny that we treat our horses better than our prisoners, but I guess that's honestly just Wendigo. Hey, yeah, Apollo, what is your skill at? 14? Yeah, no, you really shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, so let's do a minimum craft skill of like 18 plus. I'm not gonna specifically state which pawn should do it, because at some point maybe he attains an 18 plus. But for right now, I don't want him wasting our thrombo fur on inferior clothing. That sounds stupid to me. And he's now working on the arms for Zleb. It was Zleb, correct? Just to make sure. So let me do a new priority here. And here is a hole for that. And then, Shellbell, welcome. You survived the bison calling of November the 28th. Only because you're the only non-sterilized, and, well, that counts for something. Alright, so there's the poll with some added additional choices, and I'm going to leave that up a little while. So the bionic eyes would be good for shooters, and then the bionic stomachs would prevent the food poisoning, and if it's nuclear, also prevent the hunger, or a lot of the hunger, 3/4 of the hunger. The ancient dangers would help with our slowly decreasing amount of luciferium, to which we are reliant. The temporary sites. There is one temporary site of components, which would obviously give us a whole lot of components, but it's way up here, actually. It's inconvenient, but, technically attainable. And then there is the clearing out settlements, which is a goal of the whole series, which, oddly enough, does not get as much traction as I thought I think it would normally, but that's fine. A prison break. Oh, perfect opportunity. Gallo, you might end up dead again, but here is what we're gonna do. Bear guard. Gonna have bear guard stand in these 3 spots, and Blizz, get to work. In order to have Blizz do his work, I need to sort of encourage it. There we go. Oh, there ain't much left of you. Your eyes torn out, your ears torn off, your nose is shattered, and you're dead in 3 hours. Have you learned your lesson? Probably not. Probably not. But one could hope. And that's what you get when you fight the bear guard. You get massacred. I like how Glitch is now wardening, or trying to convert. It's like, hey, yeah, FAFO, how you feeling? You ready to join us, or you want to go another round with Blizz? Oh boy. Yep, you're a real looker now. Alright, so Eli is actually the husband, correct? Yeah. So Eli, how does your beautiful wife look? With out a nose, an ear, an eye, and very bloody head to toe. Looks like she is a fool, but that's just my take. Alright, Blizz, you are now done. Back to the ranch. Using a bionic bear to guard. Yeah, it worked out. I mean, Blizz didn't really get in position in time, so I did have to skip. But hey, that's fine. I'm happy to put my thumb on the scale. Alright, it looks like you guys want some ancient dangers done. Can do, will do. Why, or what is holding up the power arms? Just a whole lot of advanced component requirements. Wow, that is really expensive. Shellbell, yeah, I did see you resub, and I appreciate it. I said that you survived yet another bison calling. You weren't cold again, but you're the only one that is non-sterilized. Gives you a little bit of an edge. If we ever want more. So Mallet is just a day and a third away. Mallet would normally be one of my choices for Ancient Dangers, but also I could send Raptor as well. Seeing that they are hauling slag, let me suspend the slag smelting, because we're going to run out of slag on the map tile, and slag is actually, oddly, an important resource for us to make our weapons. All those wolves look all piled up. It's Saldus. You're way too shiny. Let's fix that. Nice beard. Thanks. It is. Ooh, who are you flirting with? Barbara, huh? Well, Barbara has a dead husband, so yeah, there's no harm there. It's so patchy. Nothing wrong with the patchy beard, but it's as good as can be. So Gallo is now fully converted. No kidding. Convert or face the bear. So now it's time to recruit. And probably to create bionic replacements for the missing parts. But hey, that is the process of Wendigos, right? We turn you, we disassemble you, and then convert you or into a monster. I do have a spare advanced bionic leg, which we can save for Gallo, or whoever Gallo becomes and raffled off to. And Shredder, what is going on with the power armor? It's taking a while. Hey, all right, so ancient dangers are going to be the priority. What research to prioritize, or to next research? We've got some options here. So noble apparel, which would be odd. The advantage of noble apparel is we could get a little bit more bang for our buck for the fabrics and textiles that we make and use, but it would make royal clothing. It'd be a little weird to sell royal clothing. Wake up or go juice. I'll just label them individually. Smoke pop packs. IDs. Mortars. And we'll just go with those 6 for now. So, there you go. Feel free to pick. Please check my human meat being converted into chem fuel. Yeah, no, I know. I did it intentionally. When I started, I had almost 4,000 human meat. Now I'm down to 2,000, so I'm gonna suspend it. But thank you for the reminder. Assaultus, before we dye your armor, let's have you burn some wolves. Thank you for tuning in to the Wendigos, which originally streamed live on Twitch, November 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers and Patreon patrons, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.